Hello everyone, welcome back to another video on my channel. Sorry if you guys see a glare in my glasses. I actually don't know what it looks like, but I just wanted to wear my glasses for today. I wanted to be a little bit comfy. Today is actually Ash Wednesday. Yesterday was Lunar New Year, so we are starting a whole new lunar year. It is the year of the fire horse. I do want to go into detail about all of that stuff a little bit later on, but I just wanted to do my little updates for the first couple minutes of this video. So this past week we've celebrated Valentine's Day. I drove down to Richmond, we went to Melting Pot, and guys, I swear to you, I have not eaten that much food in one sitting in so long, let alone cheese, let alone fondue, with all the other stuff that was like with it, like the pretzels, the little apples, the grapes, just literally mixing up anything in my stomach. When we came back, my stomach was actually I was in so much pain. I was so stuffed to the point where I felt like I had food poisoning again. I was telling Will, I was like, I'm so scared I have food poisoning again. It feels like my stomach can't handle it. Anytime now that I have like a stomach problem or my stomach isn't easy and I just don't feel good, I automatically assume it's food poisoning. I've only had food poisoning twice in my life, and the first time I had it was in college where I ate leftover Olive Garden. I'm scarred from Olive Garden. I was literally throwing up for like a day straight. It was so bad. That was probably on the worst end. When we went to Barcelona, we got food poisoning from Popeyes. Oh my goodness. Every time we see like a Popeyes commercial, I'm like, oh my God, switch it. Anytime I smell Olive Garden now, I just can't do it. But anyways, we had Melting Pot. It was so good. It was so fun. Other than the fact that my stomach was hurting so bad. Usually I stay like a whole week, but my friend Kitty, who is my roommate in college, is visiting from South Carolina, so I had to drive up to Arlington to see all of them and hang out with them. And oh my God, like there is never a dull moment with them. I swear to you, we had there were bar fights, there were all this stuff. Oh my God, but it was so much fun. It was so nice just like hanging out with my college friends again. It's so weird because I remember just growing up hearing my parents or just like older people around me being like, yeah, my college, blah, 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 my college roommate, college friend. And now I'm like saying those names and stuff that I'm like, oh yeah, this is my friend from college. And then also whenever we're together, we just beat a dead horse. We just talk about the same thing over and over again, but we will never get tired of it. I swear to you, that's just like how it is with like old friends. You just talk about, well, one of the things is you just talk about everything in the past, but then also make new memories. But anyways, it was so much fun. It was so nice hanging out with them. And then we spent a day in Georgetown. Oh, also big news, not big news, it's just news. We went to a piercing shop and we all got something except for Kitty. My friend Abby got her tragus redone, my friend Riley got her midi, and then my friend Alyssa got her third lobes pierced. And then me, I got my belly button redone. Can you guys see? I got my belly button redone, and then I got my conch pierced. The conch piercing definitely kind of hurt. I was not expecting it to hurt that much because everyone else of my piercings, yeah, they hurt, but this one really was like a harder pain, I guess, because that part is like thicker. I don't know, because my tragus didn't hurt, my rook didn't hurt. I don't know. It was really weird because that one, it was like a 6. It was like a 6 or 7, but I completely forgot about the process of healing a piercing. I haven't had a new piercing since I think 2022. I think it was 2022, and that was when I got my tragus done, this one right here, and all of my piercings are healed. All of them are completely fine. Like I can like hit my ears, do whatever, go to my nose ring, and like it's not bothered at all. I was always waiting for this day to come because my literal cartilage like up here and my rook took so long to heal. It took so long for it to finally just like relax, and I'm just so used to tattoos that they only take a little bit to heal, like give it like a 2 weeks max that you have to worry about it. Obviously put sunscreen and stuff or whatever, but then I was like, oh, I'm gonna have to keep cleaning it, keeping an eye on it, make sure not to hit it, be conscious of it. And I was like, bruh, this is so annoying. Which is also why I'm kind of glad that when I got my belly button redone, it was just opened. So I had originally gone in to get it re-pierced because I thought it was closed. Every single time I tried to shove jewelry in it, it wouldn't work. Probably just because it was just really closed. But when I went to the piercer, he was like, oh, that's open. And I was like, what? Are you sure? I don't know what I was doing questioning him. But I was like, really? Like every single time I try and put something in, it just won't go and it obviously hurts. Or I've had it taken out since 2022. So that was what? That was 4 years ago. 4 years ago that my belly button hasn't been opened. So I was completely ready to just have a new needle stuck in there and just have it go. But he was like, yeah, it's open. And I was like, oh, okay. He had me lay down and then I didn't look, but I think he put like a little taper thing in there. My friend Abby said that there was a whole bunch of gunk that this is disgusting. But she said that there was a whole bunch of gunk that came out, which I assume is because nothing's been in there. It's just been collecting and whatnot. Reason why I took it out was because I thought it was thinning, but he said that it wasn't. And also, just like my friend, junior year of high school, my friend Melissa pierced it on my bed. Thank goodness that it was remotely looks good, because I thought it was a little crooked, and that's one of the reasons why I wanted to take it out too. But when I was talking to my auntie Demi, she was just like, oh, your belly button is just higher on one side. One part of my belly button goes up more than the other, so it looks like it's crooked, but it was actually pierced in the middle. But then when I look at it, I'm like, okay, well, if I did go to actual piercer, they would have pierced it in a spot that it would have been straight, regardless of my belly button, whatever. Anyways, I've always been that type where I'm just I just let my friends do whatever to my body. Literally with my cartilage here and my mid cartilage, I haven't put anything in here in a while, but I could still put stuff in there. My friend did at home. But anyways, guys, sorry. That was a big intro, but I just wanted to update you. I got new piercings. One more thing. I was thinking of getting the reverse belly button piercing. If any of you guys have ever seen a reverse belly button, it doesn't go at the top, it goes at the bottom. I was thinking about doing that. Maybe I will do that sometime in the fall. We'll see if I'm still feeling it. Because I was literally the process of healing a belly button piercing is so annoying. Because I remember having to sit there doing the shot glass cup with the sea salt, and then I'm just I can't do that. Anyways, sorry. That was a long intro. But anyways, speaking of new piercings, new beginnings, it is the start of the Lunar New Year. It is the fire horse year, I believe. I'm going to be Googling more things on my phone just because I want to, be actually informed on it. I didn't prepare notes. I was going to, but I just didn't end up doing it, so forgive me. And then also, today is Ash Wednesday. If you're not Catholic, it is the start of Lent, which I'm pretty sure this is so bad of me. Jesus died, resurrected 40 days later. I literally went to CCD up till freshman year. I go to Mass every Sunday with my mom. Okay, well, I haven't within the past couple months, but I go to Mass all the time. I don't want to be wrong. I could be right, but I don't want to be wrong. It is the time where you give up something because Jesus died for our sins. We're not, okay, anyways. But I always like to take the time of Lent to better myself. I feel like that's also what it's meant for, is for you to just reflect and be intentional about doing better for the year. So I just wanted to talk about all the things that I am giving up for Lent. It's 40 days, so for 40 days, I cannot do these things. So the first thing is no phone in the bathroom. I always have my phone on with me everywhere. I feel like it'll be kind of hard to cut cold turkey, as in stop carrying my phone around everywhere. But when I go to the bathroom, I'll find myself just walking and scrolling at the same time. And then when I'm brushing my teeth, my phone will be where the sink and the faucet sit, and I'll be scrolling as I'm brushing my teeth, and I'll be thinking about it, and I'm holy crap, you are genuinely addicted. It's genuinely, I feel rotting my brain. It is deteriorating my brain. That's every single time whenever I use ChatGPT or just some AI stuff, I just feel my brain becoming smoother and smoother. I want to say that I don't use AI because I don't want to promote AI, but it is very handy and helpful, but I don't want to. I'm very conflicted because it helps me write emails and stuff. Just bringing my phone everywhere. I just don't want to be addicted to my phone anymore. I want to be more intentional about living in silence, not always having to have sound on. Ever since I was probably in 5th grade, I would have a video playing. I would have YouTube playing or something. And that was when everything was way less saturated, so I would be watching the same things over and over. But now it's just continuously scrolling to the next thing, scrolling to the next thing. Do you remember with old social media Instagram, Vine, when you'd watch the last Vine that you hadn't seen, it'll say, oh, you're all caught up now, Social media does not do that anymore. It is designed for you to stay on it forever. And every single time I catch myself scrolling for hours and hours, I'm like, oh, they got me again. Like, oh my God, it's so bad. So I just want to be more comfortable in silence. I feel like before it was also because I didn't like being in silence because I was scared of my thoughts and like sounds. I was also just a really big scaredy cat, especially living down here in the basement. Whenever I don't have sound playing or a video playing or something, I get kind of scared and I'm like, what if I hear a voice? I need to stop thinking that, but I'm like, what if I don't know why, but I always have these like intrusive thoughts of like, oh, something's going to be there. Something's going to be there. Like I always do that. I don't know why. I hate that I do that because it genuinely just makes me even more scared. But I want to see if I can fix that just by slowly desensitizing myself. The next thing is to stop spending impulsively. Also, I made a TikTok of this. I'm going more in depth of it now, but if you want to follow my TikTok, go ahead and follow my TikTok. But just stop spending impulsively as in fast food. I feel like before spending money on food would always be one, but now I'm thinking it's just fast food or like on the whim food because there are times where I went out with friends, it was like special times or whatever, but I had to skip out on it because like I wasn't allowed to spend money on food. I also just want to like have these balances of things because I feel like this will actually help me start off my new period of my life, if that makes sense. Me cutting down on impulsively spending on food, then it'll help me out even after Easter happens. So my friends want to just go out and eat, or I'm like hanging out with people. Like this weekend I'm going to tech, and obviously we're probably going to go and get some food. I've already, prepared myself that that's what I'm going to be eating and buying and whatever. And it's just also to be a part of the memories. Like I don't want to restrain myself so much because I found myself doing that all the time in college when I was meal prepping, or I gave up spending money on food for Lent in college, that I was missing out on memories that aren't replicatable. Like I couldn't replicate those moments in time, which I guess the whole premise of Lent is to sacrifice. So I guess I wasn't really, I don't know, but I'm just trying to make it a little bit more sustainable because I want to give up multiple things. But yeah, spending money on food impulsively and then also just buying things. I've realized that I could sound super crazy, but I'm real big into manifestation. I'm so big into, you need to live the life that you think that your dream self lives. Does that make sense? So I manifested I'm going to be a millionaire, or I am a millionaire, okay? You got to keep saying you are. I'm spending like I think I'm a millionaire, which I'm coming to the realization now, y'all can make fun of me. I was spending because I was like, all right, it's going to come back to me. Like I know it will because I'm going to be a millionaire, blah, blah, blah. But say when I become a millionaire, I'm not going to be able to handle those finances if I can't handle what I have right now. So I really want to focus on stop spending impulsively. I feel like I went a little crazy. I don't know what it is. I feel like there are these certain periods of time in my life where I just go crazy on spending. I don't know what that is. I don't think I'm bipolar. I don't think I have real manic episodes, but I'm also not trying to offend anyone that's bipolar. I'm just wondering if that's a trait. But there are certain periods of time where I just become really, really impulsive on, or maybe it's just my ADHD. But I just become really impulsive on things that I want, and I need to get that immediate gratification of ordering something. I don't know, guys. I'm freaking crazy. That I'll notice that I'm like, okay, well, it's just this much for now. They're all piling up. I know. I've heard it all before, and I'm really trying to drain it into my brain right now. But just impulsively spending. So I haven't fully thought about it yet, but whenever I'm thinking of buying something, I want to sit on it for at least a week or two, probably 2 weeks, maybe even longer if I actually want it, because I know I am stubborn that 2 weeks will come up and I'll be like, yeah, I still want it. I just want everything at this point. But anyways, I just want to just be more conscious of my spending. No impulsive buys, say I'm out and I see this and I'm tempted to buy because I'm like, oh, I kind of want this. You don't need it. Maybe my thing will just be let me double check if I really need this. Do I really need this? Why do I need this? If you have any ideas on how to fix that, please let me know. The next thing I think was also soda. This is a kind of, I think I'm giving up this one. It's like a half. Most likely probably because I just don't drink soda that much regardless, besides when I'm at restaurants. So I guess I'll just be drinking water at restaurants. But anyways, the third or fourth one is processed sweets. So I feel like I always like to do some sort of dessert as what I'm giving up. Like when I was younger, it would be soda or like fast food. But I remember I would have people around me that would give up like chocolate or sweets or like desserts and stuff. And I think I would really like to give up processed sweets. Anything that my mom makes, like banana bread, any Filipino desserts, I want to eat, because this is going to sound so morbid, but I don't know how long I have with my parents because they are a little older. Also, just like I'm planning on moving out, not anytime soon, hope, I guess. But I'm planning on like moving out. I don't know when, but I know when that time comes, I'm going to miss having all the desserts and all the things that my mom makes readily available to me. I don't want to cut that out completely. I mean, I guess I won't eat a lot of it, but I will still let myself have some. It's just like processed sweets like cosmic brownies, which is actually really bad because today I ate a Samoa, a Girl Scout cookie, which I know I shouldn't have. Well, I didn't realize it until I like recorded my video on TikTok that what I was giving up. I was like, oh shoot, I actually did have a little sweet treat. Also, I did catch myself today using my phone in the bathroom. I just walked in there. I was actively sitting on the toilet and I was like, oh my God. So I like put it down and I just let it sit there and I just did my thing. And I'm telling you, I get out of the bathroom way quicker. I think I'm trying to give up on this is just cussing. I've never thought about this one. I feel like it would be kind of a good one. I'm not gonna lie to you, I love cussing. It makes me feel so like expressive. It just has a lot of like energy and a little oomph to it, which I guess maybe that's why I should give it up. I feel like it holds a lot of energy. Oh, also, I did want to talk about this thing where this is so off topic, but just on the topic of how words hold energy and feeling. I was watching this video on TikTok, of course. Did any of y'all ever I was reading, but you were actually just watching a TikTok video. Anyways, on this TikTok video, it was talking about how the English language is so programmed to subconsciously tricking your mind into thinking that you are something. For example, if I were to say I'm hungry, I am like myself. I'm saying that I am hungry. I am the feeling of hunger. But in Spanish, you'd be like, tengo hambre. That means I have hunger, where your brain is subconsciously saying that you're something instead of thinking of it as a passing through emotion. So whenever you say I'm angry or I'm sad, you're telling yourself that you are an angry person or you're a sad person. Sometimes, okay, I feel like it's not that deep, but it low-key is because it is subconscious. But yeah, anyways, off topic, but yeah, that's kind of, I guess, what I'm coming to the conclusion of now is, do I want to keep cussing for this 40 days because it holds like a lot of energy and all that stuff, but I just feel really expressive. It's just, some of the words just roll off the tongue. Anyways, those are all the things that I am giving up for Lent. I also wanted to look into what Lent is spiritually, because when I was younger, when I thought of Lent, I obviously thought of, Jesus dying for our sins, 40 days, and you're giving up something. But I wonder now, when I'm older and I'm really in tune with my spirituality and like self-growth, that is it also for you to be, I guess, reborn or like start anew, just like, how it is also Lunar New Year, but just start anew, try and better things about yourself. It is showing me all the AI, whatever. Key aspects of Lenten spiritual growth: fasting, self-discipline, abstaining from distractions like social media, food indulgences, or negativity to create room for spiritual focus and build willpower. Cool. Almsgiving, practicing acts of kindness, charity, and service to others, which helps cultivate a compassionate heart. I remember growing up when I didn't know what to give up, my mom would just be like, build a better habit or do something to help other people. Self-reflection, using the season to identify personal obstacles and replace them with constructive, holy habits. Choose specific, meaningful goal. Okay, here we go. Here's where I'm thinking of the spiritual growth and internal growth. So it says, set clear intentions, choose specific, meaningful goals rather than just restrictive, arbitrary rules. So I just remember when I was younger, a lot of people would give up stuff that they like, chocolate or desserts and all that stuff, where in my head now, I'm like, I like to use Lent as an opportunity to help me grow in something. So I want to give up stuff that I've noticed aren't good things for me. It wouldn't make sense for me to be like, I want to give up chocolate. I remember, okay, this self-explanatory. It wouldn't make sense for me to be like, oh, I want to give up chocolate when I don't feel that chocolate is a problem in my life. Does that make sense? But yeah, also I kind of wanted to look into the relation with Lent and the Lunar New Year, because are they always the same time of year? I could be wrong. Which also, isn't it the start of like Ramadan? I could be completely wrong. I'm not very informed on like the Islamic religion. So don't get mad at me. I just know that I was seeing that it's like Ramadan. So what's crazy is the start of Lunar New Year, beginning of Ramadan, and Lent all began within a single 24-hour span, a convergence that hasn't happened until 1863 and won't happen again till 2189. That's actually insane. That's so cool. Wait, so maybe that's a sign. I don't know what that means, but maybe that's a sign. Okay, I really wanted to see if there was like a connection between Lent and Lunar New Year, because I know that they start around this time. Not that saying that they're that close in days of each other, but I know that it does start, because whenever I think of Lunar New Year, I think of it being the start of something, obviously, which I was seeing this thing also. Isn't when we follow the lunar calendar, obviously this makes sense, but when we follow the lunar calendar, I think there's 13 months. Hold on. I should have done more research on this. I remember just seeing a thing on TikTok where it was saying how or maybe it's for women. I think it was specifically for women, that when we were on a lunar calendar, it makes sense with our bodies. It's synced up to the month. Like you have one period a month. There's one new moon or something. I don't know. Guys, I sound crazy. I should have prepared for this more, but stick with me. There is a lunar year and a solar year, which is what we follow. So a lunar year lasts about 354 days based on 12 cycles of the moon, 29 and a half days each, which I'm pretty sure 29 days is the cycle of a period, making it roughly 11 days shorter than the 365 and 1/4 day solar year. While solar calendars like the Gregorian stay aligned with seasons, pure lunar calendars like Islamic drift backwards through seasons. Oh my God, can I speak? Lunisolar calendars like Chinese add a 13th month periodically to align with the sun. Guys, I could sound crazy right now, but I know this whole video is about new beginnings, new things. Lunar New Year, I feel like, is truly the start of the year. I don't know. So Lunar New Year, 354 days, align with inner cyclic, I think it's cyclic, and emotional rhythms, often driving religious observance of holy months like Ramadan. Solar year's 365 days represent external, structural, and agricultural time, focusing on seasons, stability, and the tangible world. Lunar, in short, dictates inner life. Solar dictates outer life. Okay, that's what I was meaning. Lunar spirituality, associated with, yin, divine feminine. Okay, so I was right about the feminine. Associated with intuition, emotions, cycles, and the subconscious, it is often linked to hidden or inner world. In many traditions, such as Islamic or Hebrew, the new month starts with the first sighting of the crescent moon, requiring active observation and a direct personal connection to the cosmos. Solar spirituality, associated with consciousness, logic, stability, and outward action. It relates to the sun's position, governing seasons, agriculture, and predictable linear time. But yeah, I don't know. I thought that was really cool. When I found that lunar and the Lunar New Year and all that stuff was really to focus on your inner self, I definitely thought that was so cool. Which sitting here right now, I feel like I'm like, oh, I like the Lunar New Year better. I like the lunar better. But then I'm thinking about it more and I'm like, okay, it's literally a yin and a yang. It's literally the yin. That is the feminine year. Like focusing on your inner self, because you can't just focus on your inner self. Obviously, you need to focus on the seasons, the outside world, like your outer things in your life, which is represented by the sun, which I think is super cool. And so you know what's crazy is I saw Chloe Lucasiak just posted a video about how people think it's woo-woo and crazy to believe in like astrology signs and zodiac signs. And I'm not gonna lie to you, I was one of those before where I was like, yeah, I mean, I guess I could be that, but there's no way that it actually can tell who I am or give me personality traits or something like that. Or just, I used to just think it was a whole lot of hoo-ha when I was in high school because I am a Capricorn. Whenever I would read Capricorn descriptions, they'd be like hardworking, determined, or whatever. When I was in high school, I was like, that is not me. That does not sound like me at all. I would be like, maybe that's not me now. Maybe it's me when I'm older. And I look back on myself now and I'm like, oh my gosh, I don't want to like toot my own horn, but also I want to like give myself the credit that I feel like a very hardworking person. I feel like now I've finally come to terms with I can say that. Like, I feel like I can be proud of that, even though there are some times where I feel like I'm not doing enough, or I feel like, oh, I'm just a little lazy sack of bones, like I'm not doing anything. But when I really think about it, my brain is always on finding the new thing, whether I'm being like physical about it or not, doing physical things for it, like editing a video or recording a video. Like, if I get lazy with that, sometimes it just happens. Like, my body just gets tired, whatever. Anyways, like, my brain is always constant. I believe that I can do this. So my brain is just stuck on this. Does that make sense? Like, I not only do the work, but like I do the mental and emotional work that I feel like I never thought I'd be able to do. That genuinely takes up way more of my time rather than the physical things of like recording a video, editing a video. Back to what I was saying. Chloe Lucasiak posted a video saying how it's crazy how people don't believe in zodiacs or like astrological signs, but believe in like taxes and like all that stuff. And I thought that was kind of funny. But also just like the comments were saying, if it was scientifically determined that the moon affects like tides and all that stuff, why would it not affect our energy on this earth? And that was really blowing my mind. I was like, yo, the stuff around us truly, I genuinely feel this in my bones that everything around us is like connected and affects each other, especially the planets. And I could sound crazy because sometimes I don't feel it, but like when I think about it, I'm like, this makes total sense. Like I say, always in my videos, I always talk about this YouTuber Jadina. A lot of her videos in the past have been talking about the start of your new life when the new year starts. And she wasn't talking about the new year that we all celebrate, the 365-day new year. It's the lunar new year, because she was talking about how the year of the snake. All right, we're getting back into the actual zodiac part that I wanted to talk about. Last year was the year of the snake. It was all about shedding. Let me actually, hold on. Let me go. I will go back to the lunar new year and solar new year, or solar sun calendar, whatever. But I wanted to look this up. Year of the snake meaning. The year of the snake, 2025, signifies a period of transformation, introspection, and profound change, focusing on shedding old habits, toxicities, and past burdens. Often considered a little dragon, the snake year favors wisdom, strategic planning, and calculated risks rather than impulsive actions. Key themes and messages. Rebirth and renewal, a time to shed skin, letting go of what no longer serves you to embrace new beginnings. Wisdom and strategy, encouraging careful thought, intelligence, and patience in career and financial decisions. Internal growth, focuses on mental and spiritual development rather than outward chaotic action. Because she was just talking about how, like it said in here, that the year of the snake is shedding old habits. I so see that in me last year. Like, I was so focused on YouTube, so focused on growing in the beginning of the year, like in January. Ooh, whoa, that's weird. In the beginning of the year in January and like 2024. Hold on, let me look up what the year of lunar year 2024, because that was the year where I really went balls deep into YouTube, content creation, and all that stuff. But then I feel like genuinely once I hit February, once I hit the new lunar new year, I wasn't as consistent anymore. I genuinely felt just so tired. I felt so exhausted. I just was blocked every single way creatively. I just didn't want to do anything regarding YouTube. Obviously, I just wanted to record for consistency and growing my channel, but I wasn't doing it because I enjoyed it. I mean, I did, but I found myself being like, oh, I don't want to edit, which I mean, sometimes I do now just because it's very time consuming, but I'd be like, editing this video at all doesn't entice me. Like, I just do not want to do it at all. A lot of her videos for 2025, which was the year of the snake, was about just being comfortable with rest. I remember in her last videos, I think this was the new year of just like 2026 in general, she was just saying how you're shedding old habits from this past year, because it's still the year of the snake until, February, what day was it? 14th, 15th, 16th. you'd be shedding old habits. And I did notice that like I'm on the cusp of my new life, but still having to get rid of old habits that have been holding me down, which is weird that I come to the realization that I'm like, okay, I am impulsively spending and I've been doing this for a while. Like, I need to stop this. What are the odds that it's the Lunar New Year, I'm shedding old habits, I'm finally getting rid of that, which is crazy. Okay, anyways, oh my gosh. And it says that the year of the dragon, 2024, represents prosperity, success, and a strong drive for achievement. So that's when I literally was so focused on YouTube. Year of the snake hit, and it was wisdom, transformation, strategic progress, encouraging patience, and focused planning for overall success with potential for financial growth, but requiring caution in investments. Ooh, wait, that's crazy because it just ended, because it had just ended a couple days ago when I come to the realization that, you know, potential financial growth, but requiring caution in investments. But yeah, like a lot of last year, what you would be talking about is just resting and then planning for the next, sometimes not even like just solely resting, but towards the end, it was just like getting ready for that pickup of the new. Does that sound crazy? Because I don't know if that sounds crazy, but it makes sense to me. I hope it makes sense to you. Let's do year of the fire horse 2026 predictions. Ooh, okay. So the year 2026 of the fire horse, beginning February 17, promise. Can I read? Am I okay? It is 12:40. I am a little sleepy. I have noticed that I've been recording these very late night. Sorry guys, but I don't know. I feel like, you know, this is my little therapy time. Promises a energetic and volatile year characterized by rapid change, intense passion, and a drive for independence. As a double fire year, it encourages taking bold risks and embracing transformation, although caution is needed to avoid impulsive, burnout-inducing decisions, which is crazy because on my gym journey right now, which, not gonna lie to you guys, I feel like I have been seeing a honestly big difference for a month alone. My friend Mary was telling me about it today, but then also Will was telling me it, since he said that the last time I saw him, which was probably just a week after I'd seen him before, that my waist had gotten smaller. Crazy. I feel like I've noticed myself being way more cautious in making decisions of what I want to add to my gym routine. I feel like before, when it was like mid of my gym journey, as in like the first part of my gym journey to now, the middle of it, when I wanted to make a change, I just added on so much stuff at once that I genuinely got so burnt out of it for a long time. Year of the snake, I was so just like burnt out from the gym. I just did not want to do anything. That's regarding last year. But in the middle of like college, when I was like meal prepping, I remember I was so strict on myself. This year of Lent feels so much different than then, because then I was so restrictive. Like, it was not good. It was like an unhealthy restrictiveness. I've told myself, like, I don't want to do that again. Like, I want to intuitively do things. So when I catch myself being like, oh, well, I have to do this, like, I need to go on the stairs today because I want to be skinny, where there'll be times where I'm like, I'm just not feeling it. Like, let me just do something else instead of focusing on a strict, rigid plan like I would have before, like an impulsive decision of, no, I need to stick to this, which obviously sticking to a plan is good to an extent, but when it genuinely starts to drain you mentally and emotionally, then that's when you know that you just need to do things based off of like inspired action. Today, I remember I was like, oh, I barely did abs today, but let me just like do one more thing, something that I like that isn't gonna put a mental strain on me, which I don't know. Does that make sense? I feel like I'm making no sense, but I feel like, you know, I just make sense to myself. Okay, whatever. The rapid change and drive for independence, which is also crazy because, like I said in my past videos, I'm going to Chicago March, or I will be there for literally 5 weeks. This is the first time where I will be like living alone. I did travel to Canada by myself, and that was my first experience of being by myself in a place where I'm just really excited for that independence, to be by myself. Like, I'm so excited to lock in and plan my eating and just like really lock into my life. I feel like I've been always so close to living the life that I had been imagining in my head of just like staying on track and doing all these things that it's like actually happening right now. And I'm like scared, but I'm not scared. I'm praying. I am praying that it will be safe. I know I will be safe. God's got me. God's got it handled. I know I have a layer of protection around me. I just want to make sure I know I will be very not dismissive. What is the word? It's not defensive. It sounds like that, but it's not that word. It's just it's that no, what is the word? It's literally on the tip of my tongue. Discernment. That's what it is. Hold on. Oh, this is about morals. Okay, well, also that too. But like discernment of like choices and decisions. Like I have had a new like opportunity pop up that I'm really trying to just read it. Not like obviously I don't want to make the wrong decision, but I just want to make sure that it is the right thing for me and I'm not just jumping to something impulsively like it's saying. And then also just like the discernment with people, like people I will meet in Chicago, like who I think is safe to be around, who I think energetically is safe to be around. I know I definitely want to, build that muscle a little bit more. But yeah, key 2026 predictions, dynamic energy. Expect a fast-paced, galloping year that favors action, adventure, and quick career advancements. Health focus. With high-intensity energy, it is crucial to manage stress and avoid overthinking, making self-care and meditation important. I really do want to start meditation. I feel like meditation also is just prayer. Like some people's form of meditation is just praying. I know that's what my mom's is. My form is really just like genuinely meditating. Obviously, I do pray, but I feel like sometimes when I pray, it's out of not fear, but it's like, it's not fear, but it's like me asking for protection, which is like a good thing, I don't know, whatever. Anyways, financial shifts. The year may bring significant, albeit uneven, wealth opportunities, sometimes resulting in high risk, high reward situations. What does that mean? It's a little scary. Key sectors and directions. Travel to the west and north may bring better luck. Turquoise and green are considered favorable colors. So west and the north are kind of good because that's literally where I'm going. I'm going west and then north. Wait, that's actually kind of crazy because that's good. So predictions by sign. For the dragon, tiger, snake, rat, and monkey, I am a snake. I am the year of the snake. I think Loki the snake is such a lit, like, little zodiac sign. I think I'm a metal snake. For the dragon, tiger, snake, rat, and monkey, you're predicted to have opportunities for career advancements and new prosperous beginnings. How fun, how exciting. I feel like I've sunken more into this freaking chair. For rabbits, you may face unstable, turbulent relationships and emotions, needing to rely on hard work to turn potential struggles around. Pig, encouraged to maintain consistent effort rather than taking reckless risks. All right. And for the horse, as they enter their Ben-Mingyan zodiac year, horses face major life shakeups in career and relationships, making it a critical time to focus on positive, major life milestones to avoid bad luck. Okay, that's kind of scary. Relationships? What do you mean? Nah, just kidding. Before my camera dies. Tips for the year: control pace, avoid rushing blindly, use strategic planning to manage the fast-moving energy, embrace the change. This is a strong year for career pivots and starting new ventures. Okay, I also just want to read my zodiac for the metal snake Chinese zodiac 2026. Those born in the year of the snake will experience a fire-enhancing period, offering high potential for career advancements, innovation, and strategic growth, while the fast-paced fire horse energy contrasts with the snake's cautious nature. This year allows for significant calculated transformation. So, whatever you guys are, comment down below what your predictions are. Sorry, guys, that was a long video. Actually, I'm not sorry. This was a long video and I'm proud of it, but I'm just scared because my camera's about to die. But anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. I really hope you guys enjoyed me just straight yapping again. Shout out to Mare and her nail tech. She said that she is similar in the position of me on like wanting to move out, but then scared of like leaving your parents. Oh, I just thought that was super cool. So shout out to you, Mare, and your nail tech. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to follow my Instagram and my TikTok. It is literally 12:54. I've been talking for I think an hour, which is genuinely crazy. I honestly need to get a better like camera with a better battery or a new lens or something, whatever. But I genuinely have been just enjoying these sit down videos, and I would like to continue them, and I feel like I definitely will be continuing them in Chicago. Like I said, comment down below any videos you'd like to see next. Comment your zodiac sign. Let me know, and let me know what your predictions are for 2026 for the new lunar year. You know, Ash Wednesday, Lunar New Year, starts of many things, and I'm so excited to have a fresh start. So I will see you guys in my next video. Bye!